as a child, what did you read? What did what were you exposed to that has been formative for you? Maybe your, childhood, maybe your adolescent years that you would feel like, yeah, these would be good things to expose your kids to, or...
I hated to read.
Don't tell that. It's
I know,
internet, we're sorry.
It's horrible. I read one book.
How many books have you written?
I read one book until I was probably 18.
Yeah.
One book. In the 8th grade, it was a book about a hot rod. Can't brag much on that one.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah. It was horrible. No, I hated to read. I hated to read, hated to write. I wasn't good in...
So the moral is, if you want to turn out like Bill Johnson, do not read.
Yeah. Don't read, don't write, don't...
Hot rod books.
I'm not a good example to follow there.
Man of grace. It's the grace of the Lord.
Well, that's the truth. That's totally the truth. But it's, I didn't read. I didn't enjoy that. I like sports. I played baseball. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Played baseball.
But raised in the church, I mean, anybody raised in a somewhat healthy church is surrounded by adults who are,
of course,
are fun to be with, who they have an interaction with each other. You see
very real
quality of relationship, and
you see real people that pay a real price to love God, and you always have that example, and being loved well at home. Parents that believe in you, that you can do anything. I wasn't. I wasn't good at the school stuff, the book stuff. I mean, my grades were fine. I got good grades, but I would never say I was a great student just by the way that I did things. I could cram before a test and do well, but I wouldn't remember the next day. Just long enough to take the test. But so I wasn't good in that sense. But I always had a tender heart. I always had a tender heart, and I think it was just it's just being raised in that environment. You want to go to heaven, period. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. And I always had this tender heart. And even in days where I wasn't doing real well, I would never miss church. I'd weep at this and pray at that, and it was just I didn't know how to do life. At the age of 19, I just didn't know how to do life. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and I just wanted to play professional ball or coach. That's all I wanted to do. And so I didn't want to talk in front of people, that's for sure. And I didn't want to do anything that required writing or reading or any of that stuff. And I mean, it's pitiful, but that's my life right now, is all the stuff I didn't want to do. It's divine humor. but at least in my heart, I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm not capable of. And so I live with the realization, this one's grace.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just about talking in front of people, that you took an F on an oral report.
Yeah.
You was spontaneous speaking or something like that? Or?
Yeah, I didn't have much college. I did go to college some. I have, I think, 30 units or something like that. But it was in some sort of I forget what it was, I think a history class here at Shasta College. And they were doing an exam oral question, and they asked me the question, and I passed. I thought I knew the answer, but I thought I'd rather take an F. So I did. I didn't want to answer from my seat. You didn't want to maybe be wrong or speak? Yeah, I didn't want to speak out loud in front of the class. It wasn't going in front of the class giving a speech.
Oh, it
was just giving a one-sentence answer. But I didn't want to do that. So I'll take the F. If I remember right, and I think I have it right. If I remember right, what I thought was the answer too. But I didn't care.
You didn't care.
I
didn't want to speak
publicly. I didn't want to talk in front of anyone.
Yeah. So the homebody who doesn't like to speak publicly is going around the world speaking. 3 times a week.
Yeah, rub it in, would you?
No, it's the Lord. It's a man of grace.
It is. It totally is. I mean, I'm aware of that one. Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't read much. My activity was just mostly with sports, with friends, and things like that. Things with the family. My parents were. My dad would play catch with me, and things like that. That was pretty simple.